Hello, everyone. Happy holidays, right?
Happy holidays, all of them.
uh, Welcome to a special edition of GBC Live. Uh, I just realized that I set this for next week. So it was like, do you really want to go live now? It's the 25th. I'm like, oh no. But hopefully, this will start letting people filter in. And as a change, I believe we are also on Instagram and Facebook as well. So before we get into our little antics over our little gift giving guide, a couple things to bring up. This Sunday is our Send It Sunday. Starts out of Frogtown. Got to double confirm that we were still going out of 10 Speed Coffee right along the river, new locale there in Frogtown. We will be heading early to the Ciclovia route and then up into the Hollywood Hills. I know some people said, like, well, what if I turn around the Ciclovia route? I'm like, that's cool too. Just come join us in the morning. They're going to have some activities. The reason why we are doing the route beginning to the end, because if we did the other direction, a little harder to keep together a gravel ride. Plus, then there will be a lot of people on the course, and kind of like last time, we would get lost. So if we kind of hit up Ciclovia the very beginning, you can take a look, and at the end, you can join me and this elf over at Frogtown Brewing. We have ears too. Or you can just go back to the Ciclovia route as well. And then again on December 7th, another Sunday, we will be ending once again our third year in a row end of season over at Maverick Cycles. So come join us, have a blast, RSVP, and on both Fridays we will be revealing the uh, final routes just to make sure everybody has them. So, Vic, how are you doing? Is that Vic? I can't remember.
I'm very warm because his hat is really hot on my head. I'm going to take it off pretty soon.
Uh-huh. Not a, I guess, yeah,
Wear
nice
it
to have
on Sunday. All right.
Good idea. All right, bring it along.
All right.
So, yeah, we're going to try this. We are going to probably add a link here in the comment stream. So you have to be on YouTube. And we'll be doing that probably about 20, 30 minutes. So if anyone wants to hop on, maybe people don't. We don't know. We're going to try it. Uh, Basically, you don't have to upload any software. It'll just ask you to put in your name. I would also like you to ask to put in your location so I could introduce you Larry King style. Uh, and if you have a comment about any of our things or suggestions, we'll limit each person to one question unless we're down to just one participant. And maybe you can ask two. We'll see. So,
Co-host.
yeah. So, are you ready to get into this, Vic?
I'm so ready. I'm itching. Let's go.
Okay. Well, the first thing I want to bring up, and I think this is kind of self-serving for all of us, and we can all go through this
It is.
exercise. Close your eyes, and I imagine we each know one person at least who needs replacement bibs. They have been wearing them way too long
Oh,
and
oh
seen
yes,
way
we
too
do.
much, you know? And I have even approached people's partners before and let them know, and they are happy to replace the bibs. And yeah, I can think of at least two people that are in dangerous grounds right now. I will
E-
not
e-
name them on this.
explain to the folks at home who don't know what you're talking about. What happens when your bibs become worn?
Uh, think of them as kind of leaving less to the imagination from behind.
Window. It's like a window of imagination.
Yes, it's kind of like uh, when you wet a cloth and then see that out there. So I think a lot of people get that. Uh, so I think one of the things that, and I could go through a lot of clothing. I think we're going to talk clothing here at first, but I have a lot of jerseys. Not enough GBC jerseys, which may be arriving tomorrow. But one thing I always need is bibs, and there's a few that I like. Oh, before we get into these product recommendations, I want to be clear. Uh, there's no paid endorsements for any of these, at least for me. Is that the same for you, Vic?
Absolutely. Zero affiliation.
Okay, good. I mean, we may have
Mhm.
received some products for free, and I've received products and have not given them always best reviews. I don't feel, but these are obviously some of my favorites. So the one that I'll start off with, bibs, Gore. They had sent me just a regular bib. I haven't tried the cargo yet, and these are the most unique bibs in that you pull them out of the package, you do not think they're going to work. They seem way too thin. They're one piece construction. They were just telling me you just got to try them, and the Gore bibs were super comfy, super light. The cargo bibs don't have a haven't been able to try it. Unfortunately, when I tried uh, the bibs they sent me, I crashed and put a hole in it. I think that was more of a me problem, but I absolutely love their bibs. The other one top bibs that come to mind are LEL, uh, Velocio. I have a pair of their thermal bibs, which are pretty cool. And I think Volet is a good value. Find the sales. You have any comments on bibs?
Uh, yes, I like Corey as well. I've been using them for a long time. Not affiliated, not sponsored. They're similar to Volet as far as quality and value, I would think. And there's other ones, but I have been gifted quite a few of another brand, so I won't mention that brand. Um, but yeah, I think LEL especially is a great one for me. That I love the ones that I have. Have that gravel stoke kit that just fits perfectly. The bib is great. The pockets are great. So yeah, I'm a fan of those as well. I don't think they're terribly expensive.
Yeah. Uh, well, just if people haven't, I missed out on this. I didn't know they had moved their production to Mexico. Volet is still produced in California. So just a little side note on those products. Uh,
Well, they'll claim it's still California. It's just Baja California.
uh,
So they got you on a technicality there.
yeah, I guess so. If we ever become one.
It's still just Baja California.
Uh-huh. Well, this company actually, this other company that I want to bring up is located and I believe produces in California, and that's or not. And
Yes.
like I said, I've been cycling out of jerseys, but I think the last couple of years at Sea Otter, I've really been in love with these last 3 years. These long sleeve tech tees, especially the hooded ones. They've had a couple special edition of non-hooded ones that I've gotten as well. Super comfy to wear on the outside. And then I'll get to those. But then also these short sleeve shirts. I took them with me to to Europe, and I thought this black striped merino one kind of made me fit into to in Paris. The Asian stripes, I thought looked kind of popular and fit in there. But they're great for casual, and I love just being able just to jump on a bike and not like overheat right away. So I'm a big fan of their casual clothing. And I guess just one other side note here: socks. I don't know if they still have their sale if you get a coupon code right now, but they have olive, which matches our new GBC bibs, and kit. I guess there's a few colors on there too, but I'm going with olive to match the bib.
The only or not thing that I have are socks, and they're great. I have those socks.
Okay, perfect.
They're great, and I like that they're, a lot of kid is really flamboyant, and their stuff is more subtle. Like you could just, walk into a place after your ride if you're not all sweaty and you don't look like, hey, look at me, I'm Joe Cyclist. You can kind of chill in with the crowd a little bit better, a little more socially acceptable in some places.
Yeah. You know how like all those movies, like the love interest is an architect? I feel like this is what they would wear.
Yeah. I like loud kit too. I have some crazy kits, but you don't always want to be looking like, an advertising billboard.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about their stuff.
Or not.
Or not.
Uh-huh.
Punctual, what did the socks say? Punctual or not. That's which is cool.
Another easy stocking stuffer. I think I'm totally maxed out on these. Are these frame bags from Roadrunner? They're produced in downtown LA, hand stitched there. Amazing lab that Brad Nestor have there on Main Street. No, it's a Hill Street. It's way down there. But great quality. I've been a big fan. They keep making these frame bags bigger. So I don't know if they still have it. The California Burrito, maybe that's the one. I think I've had almost every bag here, but definitely the Copilot has been super helpful on rides just to keep my phone, camera. Very changed my life. I think when Yumi, Bill, and Babak did our ride down to San Diego, it was just so nice to be able to pull out a battery.
It is nice, but I must say, if anyone is shopping for Zach, please, no more bags.
Yeah, I'm pretty bagged out. But I'm saying these are great stocking stuffers.
Little bag, you can put all your presents in that bag. That thing's huge.
Now, a couple bike components I want to bring up. I think tonight is actually the last night they have their 25% off sale. But Redshift, I have a few of their products. I think my favorite is the Pro suspension stem. It takes out just a lot of the vibrations. It's not going to turn your bike into a mountain bike, but definitely smooths things out and kind of makes me feel like, I could run skinnier tires. I've been a big fan of the Pro suspension stem. I think the only ones you want to avoid are the super short ones with the big angle, because I think you just, at that angle and reach, you don't get the benefits. But the further out the stem, the more you're probably going to feel it. And then this is one that GBC Junior saw on my Instagram feed is going down. These Arclight pedals, which are great ideas. If you've ever seen them out there, they have rechargeable lights on the front and back, and will stay white in the front and red in the back. So great little.
No matter which way you turn the pedal, it's always white towards the front and red in the back. Yeah, I don't understand how it works. It's pretty cool.
They have like these large gyroscopes that's connected to the earth, but I thought it was. But you can also just, the amazing part you see down here, you can not even have the lights on there, and they're pretty far down. So the whole system itself, I like the engineering behind this, and definitely for night lighting, I think you don't have to worry so much about putting on and taking off lights.
I'm a little embarrassed. I didn't know they actually had clipless versions. I thought they were all flats.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had clipless. That's really cool.
Now, this one, Vic and I were talking a little bit about. I'm not endorsing this brand, although they had just contacted me. But I think you kind of get the gist of where we're going. Is a lot of people are using these pocket mini bike pumps. So I have not used one enough myself to recommend a brand. this one being only $70 seems to be a little bit below what others are
That's a
going.
lot. What
Yeah,
it must be missing some features. Like that's significantly less than what I've seen.
yeah.
That's really tiny. Wow.
Yeah, it may only get a couple charges. That's why you're gonna have to do a little bit more of your research when I'm throwing out here. But I'm sure maybe if someone comes on and comments, we can get a good recommendation for this one. But the Redlands people all seem to have them. They're great. They're handy, and I think it's just everyone is gonna have one of these.
I don't have one, but I did get to use one on a group ride. I went flat, and our good friend Bill had one. Not this brand. I think I think it was a Silka. Anyway, it worked great. There's a couple of things you have to watch out for with those, but if you're running inner tubes, the tip of this thing gets so hot it could literally melt your valve. So the ones that I've seen have a little hose that you can attach to it so that it doesn't do that. Mm-hmm. So if you're running Presta with a metal valve, it's not a problem. But if you have an inner tube, it could melt your inner tube, so you have to use the little hose extension. So I'd be curious to see if that one has that. And also the other thing is, it worked great, but man, it is super loud. So you're not gonna you're not gonna be stealth when you're inflating your tire with that. But it is kind of handy, and I guess it's more sustainable than a CO2 cartridges that you throw away. And
yeah, I've never felt good about using those.
I'm still a big fan of CO2 because it's like so fast and it's light and it's easy and you know how to do it. And you don't have to charge it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. These things, I'm not sure about these things, honestly. But that seems like a good price.
Yeah, I'm not going to endorse this one yet because I haven't tried it, but definitely, like, if you do a little bit more research than I just gave you, look, I'm just opening the doors.
Yeah, right. Not trying to shoot your choices down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, so another gadget. I was walking by the Abbas booth. It's Sea Otter, this infinity loop lock. I was intrigued by it. This has been fantastic.
Yes.
It's easy to use. And what's kind of interesting is it kind of like it fits through here, and kind of you can loop up. And then also the lock kind of like slides down. And this is kind of, it depends if you want to make it one big loop or you can actually make it into two little small loops, which is kind of cool. And, I had left my bike overnight at the Burbank airport using one of these. And I think I also had a second lock on there too. But
and didn't we use that when we had our bikes on my rack?
Yeah. It's just super easy to use for, we've been able to put, we've been able to do 3 bikes on my 3 bike rack, but, obviously you're probably just doing a frame. So if that's just enough, like, to definitely deter somebody. But I saw somebody here in Toluca Lake that was eyeing my bike, and it's a good thing I had that thing on there. So, it's like cameras, if you don't want to use it, it doesn't do you any good. So find the one that really works for you.
Now this one's great. That's a great thing.
Okay. Now I'm going to pivot. Where are we going to? Okay, these are some of Vic's picks. I need a break. So some of these need some explaining. So please go.
Okay, so this one is great. First of all, Wera. Everybody knows Park Tool. Park Tool is great, but Wera is actually a higher end brand. I believe they're German, and they're big in Europe. They're big in high end shops in Europe. And I don't have any Wera tools, but I would like to have some. And this is a good starter kit because it has screwdrivers and screwdriver like things, nut drivers and things like that. and a lot of it's interchangeable. And this is like a great price for us, $50, and it's already like you don't have to even wrap it. It's got a cool box, holiday related. And I just thought, wow, this is a great value for a brand that I know is like pretty much high end. All the nut drivers, all the Torx things, it's like really, really nice stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Weir. I'm going to start getting some of their stuff. I don't have one Weir tool right now. All Park and Craftsman from back in the day, which I'm trying to weed out of my box slowly but surely. But I have none of this, and this is like a little more aspirational. But for $50, this is a good way to get in.
Yeah. Well, this is, maybe I got the wrong one. This is 2023. So just double check. You can see up here I put 2025 up here.
No,
this is what Amazon gave me.
It looked the same though. It looked the same.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully
that's the right price. 2025 is 150. That seems almost too cheap. But yeah. We're that's the main thing. And that gift box is just really nice, I think. Anybody that you know that's into tools would appreciate that 100%.
Okay. Now this one, please explain this one to me.
So this one is a must-have for all us gluten lovers. I don't think there's a person on the planet that doesn't like pizza. And like I said, I have Park tools. I'm a big fan of Park tools. This is one of your most important tools because this cuts the pizza. This is a tool that you can actually keep in the house and your wife won't get mad because it's food related. And it's cute and it's shaped like a bicycle and it's only $25. So it's a win-win-win situation with this.
But it's only
unlike it's only for what?
But it's only for food.
It's only for food, but food is an important tool in your arsenal of cycling, as you know. We're going to get to that later on in the video about nutrition, and this is like the segue into it.
Okay, well, I can't wait to try and tie this to the other products.
Yeah, I think it's an easy tie-in.
Okay. This one seems a little bit more conventional.
This one I wish I had. I bought a Feedback Sports mini torque wrench, which is very cool. This one is way cooler because the handle folds out and gives you much more purchase on the thing. It's got more bits than I think mine came with. And it's just cool. I mean, all of us have carbon something on our bikes. Even if you have a steel frame or titanium frame, you have carbon bars or a carbon post or a carbon stem. And you have to really be careful with how much torque you put on those bolts because you can crack it and that will be a nightmare. So you have to have an accurate but small torque wrench. Like I've had this giant torque wrench for a long time that does nothing for stems and posts and stuff like that because it doesn't even calibrate to the, like 4 Newton meters or 5 Newton meters you need for a stem or a post. So this tool is essential when you adjust your bars or change your bars or tighten up even your levers on your carbon bars. You really need a really cool, accurate torque wrench. And bonus, this one looks cool. So again, less than $100. This will go in a stocking, and anybody you give this to is going to be elated. I guarantee it. Unless they already have one, then they'll trade it for something else.
This looks really cool. Definitely the Newton meters adjustment there at the bottom.
It's awesome. It's easy to use. It's easy to read. It gives you a nice click. It's perfect. I mean, they really knocked it out of the park with this one. So I wish I got this one. The one I have, I just got that one not too long ago. Then this one came out. Like, darn it! I definitely would have gotten this one. But anyway, it's Feedback Sports in general. Most of their stuff is really, really great. And I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was, because I would have a whole bunch of their stuff. I have a couple of things. But yeah, everything they make is just really, really well thought out and built nice and branded nice, clean. It just works.
Okay. Now I'm going to steer the ship for a little while, and I'm going to talk cameras. Kind of a weird year for cameras. If you are looking for a high-end camera right now, Probably the best would be, I know DJI has a new Action 6 coming out. I don't know if you've heard, but DJI is kind of a little bit in trouble with this government. There's a hearing allegedly December 23rd that's holding back some of the products. I don't even think you can get the Osmo 5 right now. The problem, I'm a big GoPro person, and the last couple of years, last year they were supposed to debut their new big processor, didn't come out. Didn't come out this year, but they announced next year is the one where they're really going to advance it on their flagship Hero Black. So I'm holding off with this. I know the DJI stuff is not available, it seems, right now. Some of the drones are, not all of them. But I tell you, like, probably the camera that works pretty well for a lot of people. If you go to the GoPro line here, is this little, I think for most people, come on, get here. It's the little small Hero. They have a new one here with the light. I don't know how often you're going to need the light if you're a blogger, but if you're a cyclist that just wants to capture this little 86-gram one, $200. I have a generation before this Hero. It doesn't have the screen in the back, but they are super useful and handy. I don't even think you find that, but this is even lighter, more useful. And I'd say for 90% of the people out there, 95, like, this is probably the camera that works best for people. It's over $100 cheaper than most other cameras, and really does really all that you need. And it's got the built-in battery, so you don't have that problem of, I've always had problems with some of the GoPro batteries, the battery shaking and losing connectivity. So
That's what happens to mine. It's very frustrating.
yeah, that's why I like the built-in batteries like this. And this is only 86 grams, so that is pretty amazing.
So would you recommend that over the other brand you just showed?
The DJI?
Yes.
Well, it's way cheaper, and I think and it's way lighter. So the other one is a better camera, but I think for the money and for the weight and just the battery and the charging and ease of use, like I said, this, for my front and rear cameras, like, this is all that I need right now.
I'm going to ask for this for Christmas then.
Okay. Good.
Like, I'm buying stuff off of our own list.
The show's not going to pay for itself.
I'm sick of my battery coming loose or my camera stopping for no apparent reason, and I don't know.
Yeah.
What is mine? A 11, a 7? I have a 7.
Yeah.
That's pretty old.
The one trick with these cameras is when you charge them, you have to use the GoPro USB cord. For some reason, if you do that, it can fracture the battery a little bit. But I found, I wasn't able to use some of my my mini cameras for using other chargers. But now that I've completely have stuck to it, they all work perfectly. So that's the only hook with it. So, if you're charging it in the car, you may not have the right cord. So,
Well, I use the GoPro charger unless when I'm transferring the video, it's charging through my computer. So that's the only other charger I use. So I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying for the built-in battery ones like these.
Oh, okay.
And then the last one, which I want to mention, because I've had people ask me, because I had used this on a couple of videos, the Hover Air. If you're super rich, yeah, go ahead, get one. But first of all, I had a couple issues. One, obviously, the price.
How much is it?
Well, I think the cheaper one is $500, which isn't bad, but it charges really slow. So you almost have to spend another $200 to get the battery pack, the super fast. Otherwise, it takes this 15-minute battery, it'll take you like 6 hours to charge, which is a lot. The other
Wow.
ones seem to charge like in 15, 20, I think maybe about a half hour. So the other thing is that if you watch my videos and you see the little Google Maps fly through and it gets a little jumpy, that's because sometimes I'm recording it off the computer. It doesn't record at the standard 30 frames per second, technically 29.97. And sometimes it's like 28.8. And that was like an issue. It bugged me. If you see Ben Delaney's videos, sometimes you see it and then it just kind of like gets a little choppy when he uses it. So I'm like, someone's got to do a better job. Now, it is relatively easy to use. DJI has one coming out, the Neo 2. And if you're watching this outside the United States, you can get it probably. And it's about half the price of this. And I imagine it doesn't have the same issues. I think the only downside is that it doesn't fold up like the Hover Air. But from everything I'm reading, that is a much superior camera at much below the cost. So I think
So,
because
so I was just in Home Depot,
Mhm.
and they had a drone for sale in Home Depot, and it had, I should have taken a picture because I'm going to forget all the specs, but it had a camera and all this stuff that was listed. It was $29. So I'm thinking, okay, how much worse is this than like something like this? Is it like the difference between like a Target bicycle and like a new Mosaic or a Pinarello? Like, how much difference could that be? Because it was $29 and all this stuff.
Yeah,
I should have taken a picture. Damn it.
yeah. Well, I mean,
It doesn't fold like this, that's for sure. It was just
well,
like a
here's
big, like a helicopter.
yeah. This is kind of interesting. Like this new generation, like you don't need use hand gestures to control its movement, which
Okay.
is really kind of strange. The DJI is apparently better at it, but they just have like functions. It just locks on you when it turns it when you turn on, and then you press like follow, and then it'll follow you. And once you kind of stop, it realizes maybe I should come closer to you to grab me. So it's much different. You don't need the controller, uh, but also the other other drones probably don't have stabilization, 4K. Uh,
Okay.
there's a number of bells and whistles. I don't think I can probably use the $30 one unless it's on a suicide
No,
mission.
no, no, no. But I just thought, wow, buy a drone for $30. Like
Now,
that's pretty.
this one is high on my list right here. These are the
Ooh,
new Oakley Vanguards, the Meta. They obviously have some issues with maybe Big Brother being in there, but I've medical people they've used this and they like it a lot. As you can tell, it's got the little camera in the middle. I think it is about weighs about 50%, 50 to 100% more than my standard Oakleys, and mine are pretty light. So it has the camera on there. Now it doesn't shoot; it shoots vertically, which is kind of strange. So if you're making a video, it's probably not the one to use. I think that the camera works for like 5-10 minute increments. I think it's just great because like if I'm just biking my daughter to school, I could throw them on and record what's going on without having to worry about installing cameras on my bike extra minute. Uh,
it only records vertically. That's not good. It's
yeah,
just
but
for instance.
well, I mean, you can record vertically, but I think if you're also shooting the in like just regular HD, the aspect is good enough there that you can turn a video. Because if you take a look at the video, yeah, it's 20, 2200 by about 2900. So if HD is at 1920, then you can crop it to into like a HD video. If so, it has some options. It just, but I think that's good enough for most things. Right now, it's at $500. Sounds like a lot, but I think reviews have been pretty good so far. Okay, now we are going to go to Nutrition Hour. Vic, I mean,
Sir.
you don't eat as much as most people, so what you do eat is far more
Ask my wife.
Yeah. Like, you have to be far more careful of your choices because you only have a couple shots a day of putting food in there.
Oh, God.
So
Here we go.
what are share with us some of your choices here.
Okay, so I just tried these for the first time about a month ago. And our good friend Caroline is sponsored by this company. I didn't get it from her. I got them from someone else. I got them from a store. I paid money, and it's really good. One thing about some of these bars, a lot of bars, they'll melt in your pocket, which is the worst. And this doesn't, and it doesn't taste like cardboard, as my wife says some of my things that I buy taste like. And the calories and the energy's there, and you feel it. Like, I get the boost that I need when I'm out there, and I don't bonk. So I like these. They're not crazy expensive. They're not the least expensive, but they're not overly expensive. And I'm a big fan of cinnamon and oatmeal. I eat that every morning anyway in my bowl, and then I can eat it from my pocket. So I like that as well. I recommend these a lot. And you can always find them on sale. You never have to pay full price for this. You can always find this stuff at different places on sale.
Now this one, new brand. We brought this up last week with Kevin.
Yeah.
I wish the webpage you could see. Looks like they're hiding.
Everything is black.
Yeah.
Their packaging is black. Their webpage is black. If you don't like black, you won't like this product. But this one I tried as well when we were in Northern California. Actually, just one thing, the bar. It's kind of like a Rice Krispie bar. If you like that, it was pretty good. You gotta like sweet. It was very, very sweet. So if you're big into sugar, this will be your jam. It was a little too sweet for me, but it did work as far as what it's supposed to do. And I don't know, a lot of pros are using this. I guess they're sponsored, but maybe not. This brand has got big traction. So there's probably more to it. I've only tried the one bar, so I need to try some of the other stuff. I heard their gels are really good.
Yeah, Kevin brought up a good point that the texture of the gel is a little unusual, but
yeah,
I think that may be part of it is that you don't digest everything as quickly and your body breaks it down a little bit more, because comparing those to the carbs, energy gel,
it
just shoots right to your head, and
it does.
I
have that too, and it's like, woo! It's shocking.
So I'm interested. I tried the bar too, and the bar was, had I I did the bar before the gel, so I kind of want to go back to the bar after.
Did you try the mix? Did you try the drink mix?
I don't think I got the mix.
Okay.
Did I get the mix? Yeah, I haven't tried the mix. And then lastly, Goo.
Goo is one of the OGs of, one of the first events like Gran Fondo or, Century Ride ever did. That's when I tried Goo at one of the aid stations. And I had never heard of it. I didn't know what the hell. This was like almost 20 years ago now. And I was surprised at how good it tastes and how easy it is to get out of the package. And They're easy to keep in your pocket, and I'm a big fan of goo. It sounds weird that I didn't like the name goo. Like, I don't want to eat goo, but no, it's great, and I haven't had a flavor really that I didn't like. And they have a lot of variety, not just chocolate and vanilla. They have lots of stuff, even like fruit flavors and cocoa and all kinds of stuff. So you'll find a flavor that you like for sure. And they have, now they have more than just gels, recovery drinks. Their product line has expanded a lot since I first learned about them. And everything I've tried by them is really good. And again, there's another one. You can always find it on sale, like a box. It's better to get a box of it on sale and just have it, so when you're going out for your ride, just grab a couple, throw them in your pocket, and you're good to go. Because if you buy it like, at a convenience store or something, it's like 3 times as much.
Yeah.
So it's good to buy them in bulk. And they're light. They fit in any pocket, and they don't make a big mess like some of the other ones. Even with that one, carbs, I don't know. I always get it all over my hand. I can't not open it. Again, I guess it goes to the texture of it without getting it out. And then my levers are sticky, and I'm like, So these work great.
Yeah. I'm more of a Cliff person. I for some reason, maybe the texture, I like it, but definitely have not had issues with goo out there.
I haven't tried Cliff, only Cliff bars.
Oh, I definitely like the goos, the gels better.
All right, I'll steal some from you because I don't think I've tried Cliff glue.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of an out for
it. I don't want to try Cliff glue. Cliff goo or Cliff gel. Goo's a different brand.
Okay.
Cliff gel.
Now a couple more here on the list. This is an interesting one. Some might be convinced. I'm just too lazy to use a product like this.
If you did use it, it's like it definitely works. The thing about these is there's some that are like $100 and some that are like $700, and I can't afford to try all the different ones. But I would imagine a more expensive one hopefully is better. I really don't know, but I tried like a mid-range one I had, and it definitely works. It's localized, it's easy, it's quick. You don't have to like wait for somebody to do it for you. And it's you can adjust the pressure, the speed, and all that. Nothing bad to say about it. If you can afford to get a better one, I would say step up, because cheap ones are probably cheap for a reason. Maybe they don't last as long, or they don't have as much power. I don't really know, but the concept of the device is really good.
It just
and then if you do it, you'll look all yoked like homie, like you're supposed to.
Well, because you're fighting that thing the whole time, right?
You just got to fight.
Punch you in the face.
Yeah, look at that. That's how you want to look. So,
all these guys.
There you go.
And this last one you're sharing, I don't know. Is this battery operated, or do you need a?
Only if you have a pacemaker. It's the simplest, stupidest thing, but it definitely works. And you can do it anywhere. It doesn't make any noise. You can't break it. You don't have to charge it. You can put it anywhere. And it's surprisingly effective. Like, they're great. Anybody that does yoga knows about these things, but, I don't do yoga. I should, but this thing is close enough to at least get some stretch, especially like in my lower back. You put that thing on your back and get that lumbar going. It's fantastic. So again, $20, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I think like it's good to have like a foam arsenal. Like I also have like these foam. They're like almost like softballs. And sometimes, like, when you just want to localize your weight just to a point, I've been a fan of those. Mrs. GBC has a wooden pillow, which is like a half cylinder.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Not quite for me, but like everyone kind of like finds their own little safety zone. Okay, we're going to speed up because we're going to try and get somebody on air here. But I just want to mention a few other things. Great place to support Radivist. They have a membership program right now. I think that Radivist has told a lot of great storytelling, support a lot of people behind the scenes, definitely help the, create more fabric in the world of gravel adventure cycling. I just bought this T-shirt. They work with Wendy Craig on her new book that bought a long time ago, but it's finally in the mail. So I was hoping to have it by today. But yeah, if you're also a member, you get 20% off of all their goods, and they always have some really cool stuff behind
that
it.
Dynaplug kit, the Dynaplug pill,
Mm-hmm.
that is an awesome thing. I have that. I should have got the Radivist branded one. Highly recommend that. That saved my butt many a time, and it's literally like a giant pill. It looks cool and it works great. That's a great gift. Get one of those.
Yeah. I'm also going to give a little shout out to California Mountain Biking Association. They're the state level advocacy group for trail riding. There's a lot of organizations that form the coalition. If you go to our webpage, we have a list of them in our advocacy clubs if you want to support them. And then you can obviously support us on Patreon. We also have our 24/7 shop up on Threadless that there's a link on to our homepage. I think I've pretty much bought every product. I've bought some products that I didn't like that are not on the website anymore, but I think that Threadless does a pretty good job. I've got a couple misprints, but they've been awesome. They've replaced the item and then given me like a $10 coupon. So they have great customer support and tons of choices of colors as well. So
how come I don't have an Alabama Hills T-shirt?
I might be the only one that's purchased one. But also, just to wrap things up, recommend a saddlebag. I had one from Timbuktu that I really liked before, but I bought that so many years ago, and I've kind of not bought a saddlebag in a while.
I haven't either.
I'm drawing a blank on the company from OC.
That's a lot of stuff you want to put in there, but there's Silka has a cool one that uses a boa on the bottom. You wrap it up and then it tightens it down with the boa, which is really cool because it keeps everything from rattling around. But I don't know if you can get all that stuff in there. It depends on how big your tool is. But those pumps aren't that big, and a tube. You could use a one of those TPU tubes that folds up a lot smaller if it's just for a spare. Don't use a standard tube, use a TPU because it's like a third the weight and they pack down really tight, and a nice small multi-tool, and you should be able to get it into one of those packs.
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah, you definitely Ortlieb, I think if you're looking for, they've got tons of different sizes of seat bags. So that's a good one.
Isn't or not has saddlebags? No,
I think
or just bar.
No, but maybe Roadrunner does. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I mean, like I've got a super huge frame, like seat bag that's even bigger than this. I think I've got like a 12-liter, maybe. I'm sure that's way too much, but
that's where you keep your big gulps.
That's where I take my vat of stuff. So,
jeez.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here. We've gone for about an hour, and we hopefully our loved ones are watching this episode. If not, they will be getting a link in a constant barrage.
I was gonna say I was gonna send links. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
send links.
Yeah, but otherwise, well, everyone
Hint, hint.
have a happy holidays. We will have a show next week. If you remember, in this time of year, we always have an extra special guest on right before the Thanksgiving holidays, around the
I
Thanksgiving.
know who it is.
Yes. So,
I know.
and this person may be in a video next week too. So it'll be a
Really?
very good week.
Oh,
Yes, I'm gonna have to scramble for that. We do have
yeah.
the Mega Hopper video coming out on Tuesday, which is also a mega length. I think it's the longest video we've ever
Longer
done.
than normal.
Yeah, well, we
Is it
did
like
2
half
days
hour?
of riding, and I included some interviews from the riders there too. So that adds to the length.
Some top-notch talent, like for real, like
Yes. So,
world
all right,
class.
everyone, thanks for joining, and hopefully we'll see you out next week.